We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the race books and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning.
Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas show from Las Vegas, Nevada, your gaming capital. We're here at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming capital, and of course the South Point streaming network at YouTube and on our local radio station here in town, Sports Talk 1400 AM 107.1 FM, and all of the other platforms that you're with us, and you know the apps that you can get for your Google phone, iPhone, Android, etc. So, however, wherever, whenever. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas show. Interesting weekend this weekend because we started out yesterday, of course, with Valentine's Day. Today, parking lot's already full with people that are going to watch the Daytona 500, starting out horsepower under the hood, and so to speak. And then, of course, tomorrow is President's Day, where we'll have some racetracks that will be running on the holiday of President's Day. Taking a look at the President's Day holiday menu for tomorrow. Tomorrow, you'll have racing at the Fairgrounds, Mahoning Valley, Oak Lawn Park, Turf Paradise, Parks Racing, and hopefully at Santa Anita. I say hopefully because they have a big percentage, like 90% chance of rain tomorrow there at Santa Anita, and we'll find out more about that when we get to our in-studio guest with us today, one of our handicappers, John Lindo. Good morning, my man.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm in Las Vegas.
Yeah. So you ventured on up here yesterday.
Yes, got out here.
You're going to take a little bit of what Las Vegas has to offer today.
Well, take care of the wifey a little bit. Thanksgiving, Valentine's weekend, and do a couple of things that she wants to do, and find my way over to the race book from time to time.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. What about Southern California? Iffy tomorrow?
I think so. Yeah, it sounds like we're supposed to get a pretty good storm, and we'll find out. I have a note into Jason Egan, the racing secretary there.
Mm-hmm.
If I get a response before the end of the show, obviously I'll pass it along. I don't know if any decision will be made today or not, but it's pretty ominous forecast for tomorrow.
Well, what we have right now on the weather map is there is a lot of action going on north of San Francisco and Carson City up there, but I guess that's the storm that may venture its way down to Southern California by tomorrow. We'll wait and see. Huge action going on. There's a lot of storm action going on in the southeast. Now, it won't get as far as down as the peninsula down there and the tip of Florida, so that means that racing at Gulfstream Park should be okay today, because they have that mandatory payoff and their pick six carryover that they didn't hit yesterday. And the Northeast looks okay. And as a matter of fact, the temperatures look pretty good around the country. Here, we're overcast, but it's supposed to be just fine today here in Las Vegas. We're at right now at 51 degrees. We're going to get up to 67, 68, capping it off today. Of course, as you know, it's always fast, firm, and perfect in the race book here, and that's what we'll be. But as far as the rest of the country, Miami will be 77. Tampa is going to be 79. In New York, 45 degrees, which is almost balmy and breezy there in New York, the way they've been in sub-freezing temperatures for a long time. Chicago's even warming up. It's going to be 56 degrees there today. Phoenix, Arizona, 78. And, Brownsville, Texas, hottest in the nation, 86 there. But it looks like it's going to be pretty good weather across the country. We had a lot of great racing yesterday, John.
International racing all the way from dawn to dusk.
Now, I got to tell you, we obviously we went off the air before the Dubai World Cup ran, but Flavien Prat won the first of the 9 big $1 million plus stakes races yesterday in Dubai. So he had a winner right off the bat. And then later on in the Kentucky Derby points race, the 30 points for the Kentucky Derby, the Saudi Derby, Al Haram came from way out of it in the middle of the track, just mowed them all down and won there. That was a $15.60 winner in the World Pool. And then, of course, the Riyadh Dirt Sprint, Bob Baffert, Flavien Prat got together with Imagination, who got up in the shade of the wire, bet down to $3.60 in the World Pool. That was a nice win.
He was Bob Baffert's quote-unquote the beer money horse,
money,
the traveling horse, yes. And he came from way back also. Yeah. So it was a fair track yesterday at King Abdul Aziz Racetrack.
Yeah, and then right after that, another American horse, Reef Runner, won the Turf Sprint for David Fox at $21.10. Ira Ortiz Jr. aboard there, so that was a little bit of an upset. And then, of course, we got to the big race, the $20 million Grade 1 Saudi Cup at a 1 1/8, a one-turn 1 1/8 race there. And all I can say is Flavien Prat did some little bit of a race riding going on with Nisos, who took the lead on the turn, tried to keep Forever Young trapped behind him and the other pace setter, but the other pace setter dropped out and gave room for Forever Young. He rolled up the rail, and then it was just a mano-a-mano duel through the stretch, and Forever Young just kept going and got it. What an absolute tiger this horse is.
Just a monster. I mean, he's won the Saudi Cup now, a $20 million race 2 years in a row, comes off a Breeders' Cup Classic win, wins the Saudi Cup. The connections have said now they will point to the Dubai World Cup. Boy, what a trio of races that would be to win. And the way he did it yesterday, that his jockey Sakai, so confident, just sitting inside. And like I say, Flavien Prat did everything he could to make it difficult on him.
He tried to pin a kip and
And Nisos ran his race. He cut loose at the top of the lane, but you could just see Forever Young on the inside when he got through. You were never going by this horse. And it was great to see the Breeders' Cup Classic winner, the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile winner, hook up at 1 1/8, the in-between distance, and it was just a terrific race.
Yes, and I just had this feeling that Nisos was going to run a big race. He did. He won a winning race, except for Forever Young, who was getting to be like, a giant in this racing scene right now. All I can say is He goes on to Dubai World Cup. We'll wait and see what he happens there. And then, the ultimate is going to be another shot at the Breeders' Cup at the end of the year. But if he pulls those two off with the series that started with, the Saudi Cup 1 year ago, this horse could be earning over $50 million.
That's just, it's mind-boggling when you think about it, Ralph. I mean, just incredible. But I'll temper this, though. His trainer, Yahigi, said that it's a lot more difficult for the Japanese horses to get to Kentucky for the Breeders' Cup as opposed to getting to California. So he wasn't locking it down, saying, I'm going to be at Keeneland for the Breeders' Cup this fall. So let's see where he goes. And right now, after the Dubai World Cup, he doesn't have a set plan.
Well, you know what everybody here in America is hoping.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Sovereignty and Forever Young throwing it down in the Breeders' Cup at the end of the year. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's hope all the parts stay in the right place with those two horses, because we know the horsemen that are handling those two horses will get the best out of them in the right way.
That would be unbelievable. That's must-see TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And finishing third and a distant third was Tamarumba, who ran big.
He ran great. He likes those one-turn races. He's not really a mile-and-eighth horse, but he ran great. And, picking up third in a $20 million race, that works.
Yes, it does, for sure. And then back here in the United States, we had 6 stakes races at the fairgrounds. A lot of happening there. Luis Saez had a big day yesterday. He won the first 2 races at the fairgrounds yesterday, one for Al Stahl, the other for Greg Foley. And then he came back in the 4th race for Steve Asmussen. All pretty much favorites in the race. First race winner paid $10. The other is paid $5 and $3 and change, respectively. But then we get to the stakes races yesterday. The Colonel Power was won by Unusually Wrong for Rabentino Diodoro at $3 even. You had the Al Stahl giving Luis Saez his 4th win in the first 8 races yesterday. Saez won 4 of them. This for Brendan Walsh's first winner at $10.40, winning the Al Stahl with the Expensive Queen. And then the Mine Shaft was won by Hit Show. That was a good race. Hit Show and Accelerized went down there. And Brad Cox Hit Show got up in the time for the wire for Florent Garreau, paying $4.20. Accelerized was second. Time to Win was third. Fairground Stakes won by Laganos, a horse that has been knocking at the door. Laganos with Jose Ortiz, Steve Asmussen, $9.40 there. And then the 2 big races for the Kentucky Oaks and Kentucky Derby points, 50 apiece. And the Kentucky Oaks point getter, the Rachel Alexandra, Bella Ballerina, under Tyler Gaffleone, gave Brendan Walsh his second win at $3.60, and she was solid.
Well, she was lucky, too.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they conduct some of these qualifying races on what turns out to be speed-biased racetracks. And that's what happened at Fairgrounds yesterday. There wasn't a lot of passing on the dirt. Bella Ballerina was on the inside, and she got collared at the top of the lane, and she looked like she was beat. Yeah. She was, if you watch horses run, she was on the wrong lead down lane on the left lead, on the inside lead, and she didn't switch until about the 16th pole. And when she did, she found enough running, and when she drifted down to the rail, which was the place to be, she kind of carried to the wire. It wasn't pretty. She got it done, and she'll get an awful lot of fitness out of that race because she had to work. But she had the bias in her favor yesterday.
Yeah, and Love Your Neighbor ran a big race there to be second. Just Singing was third. Sean, let's bring in, if we can, Jonathan Hardoon with us for these conversations. Get an opinion out of Jonathan. Rachel Alexandra. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. Good morning, John. By the way, I just got a text from Bob Ike that Santa Anita has canceled Monday's card.
That figured.
Well,
that not figure?
We had that one right, huh?
Yeah, that figured. Okay, that's not a surprise for us, but it is breaking news for those out there who wanted to spend a little time betting the races at Santa Anita on President's Day. But you still have Oaklawn out there, and
I did a pick 5 for Oaklawn tomorrow because it's a good gambling card there. Yes.
Okay, good. We got a little report for Oaklawn tomorrow.
Fairgrounds also runs tomorrow, by the way.
That's right. So what? So you're opine of the Rachel Alexander? Anything?
It was, it was amazing that horse came back and won, but she ran super. I thought she was beat for sure, but she dug in, and nice horse.
All right. The Risen Star was the 50-pointer for the Kentucky Derby. It's part of the Louisiana Derby series, and you had the Lecomte winner back in there. But in the end, Paladin really showed his stuff yesterday. Paladin winning for Tyler Gaffleone and Chad Brown at $3.40. outrunning the horse that Jonathan Hardoon liked on the show. He liked Chip Honcho because he thought he'd get out on the lead. He did get out on the lead, so much so that down the backstretch, he wasn't challenged. He was out there by 2 or 3 lengths, just galloping along, and I thought to myself, wow, this is a nice 7-1 shot. I don't think it's going to get beat. But Paladin came and got him in the end. A big win by Paladin and a big race by that long shot Chip Honcho, who finished second. Saez certainly on Honcho was in the zone yesterday, and Golden Tempo was, again, a disappointing third.
Well, watching that race and knowing that John liked Chip Honcho, I thought that horse was a winner every step of the way, John. Man. I mean, he was breezing, had the bias in his favor. And down the lane, the winner, Paladin, was getting out down to the center of the racetrack. I didn't think he was going to get there, but it showed that horse showed an awful lot of heart to get up and coming off the layoff, battling a bias. And he, again, validated how good that Remsen stake was at Aqueduct last November. Yeah. So a good horse race. Yeah, really good horse. And I feel bad for John.
Well, John, I hope you reverse the exact anyhow.
Yeah, well. Chad Brown is another nice one. He brought Sierra Leone there, if you remember, a few years back, and he won the race also. So he's had success. Certain trainers have success in running in certain races, and this is certainly another nice horse. Remember, it was only his 3rd career start, so he's only going to get better from here.
All right, then we move to Aqueduct, which John will have a more pleasant remembrance of what happened yesterday at Aqueduct. Linda Rice, she jumped in and had a couple of wins. 3rd race with Kedner Carmouche at $3.26, and then the 8th race, Eric Cancel gave a winner to Linda for her 2nd win of the day at $14.52. But the big races for us, anyhow, besides the feature race with the 6th and 7th. 6th race, Jerry Jackowitz came with the winner. Sin Nombre, the 6 horse, that horse won and paid $17.54. He did hook up for the exacta. He did not hook up for the exacta, but he got the winner at $17.54 for trainer Jesse Romero and Jose Lascano's first win of the day. And it was really funny watching this race, Jonathan. This horse had his tongue sticking out all the way down the stretch.
He almost needed that tongue to win.
I know.
Over the finish line first, do you win?
He was shortening up, but he got there in time. And then after Jerry gives us the $17 winner, Jonathan's pick in the 7th race, Baron of Sealand, got a great ride by Silvera for Rudy Rodriguez, paying $11.38. So you hook up these two guys together for a rolling double. And the $1 rolling double paid $44.60. 44 to 1 on that. Congratulations.
Nice
guys.
Double.
Yeah.
A Siraco play finally hits.
Yeah, finally. I might get out. And the feature race, by the way, the Say Florida Sandy, won by National Identity. Kendrick Carmouche for Danny Gargan, paying $4.82 as the favorite, outrunning Acoustic Avenue and Quick to Accuse. Lascano got his 2nd win of the day in the 10th race. Pick 6 paid over $22,000 yesterday at Aqueduct. Gulfstream Park, Jose Morales had 3 wins in a row. He won the 4th race for Eddie Pliza at $10.80. He won the 5th race at $9 even, and the 6th race at $5.20. And the feature race of the day. By the way, Safi Joseph Jr. won a couple of races. He won the 10th race with Micah Husbands at $12.20. And then he and Micah Husbands both came back together to win the Royal Delta, the race after that. Claret Barrett paying $18.60, the Royal Delta winner there, outrunning Alpine Princess and Unamia, who finished 3rd. Pick 6 was hit, $38,027.70. More than one ticket, however, folks. So you have a carryover with a mandatory payoff today at Gulfstream Park. The carryover, $557,110 going into the mandatory today. By the way, the late pick 5 at Gulfstream paid $23,000. $28 horse, $11.80, $12.20, $18.60, and $10.20 got you $23,000 in the late pick 5 there at Gulfstream. Wow.
By the way, Ralph, last night a big jackpot went down at Turfway Park. One won $630,000.
Yes, it did. I was going to get to that in the end, but thanks for getting that out there. That's okay. Santa Anita, Juan Hernandez won the 1st race for Doug O'Neill on a rail run, paying $4.40 with the favorite. And then you had Misael Jaramillo win a couple of races. He won the 5th race for Carla Gaines at $42. That helped the early pick 5 pay over $2,600. And in the San Marcos, Jaramillo came back for his second win of the day on a nice ride by Montego. Mike McCarthy trained there. $21.20, outrunning Flashiest and Truly Quality, who finished third in the race. I'll get it. And Jerry J came with a winner in the 9th race for us. That 9th race winner, a reverse, however. Jerry's key horse ran second, but one of his link-ups won, so we give him the credit for the reverse. As he says, that dollar exacta paid $17.30. One winning ticket in the pick 6 that paid $32,376 because the late pick 5 at Santa Anita paid $18,747.85. Single ticket, John, in the pick 6.
Purchased at Los Alamitos yesterday. Ticket cost was, I think, $210. So glad to see one patron take it home, and it wasn't a CAW. So good for the player that got it done.
Yeah, Los Alamitos was celebrated. He was buying drinks for everybody last night, I guess.
I'm thinking Valentine's Day was good. A good place to be down there in Los Al.
That's right. Oak Lawn Park had a sloppy racetrack yesterday. It was just sloppy. And the feature race, the Dixie Belle, was won by French Friction. That was Christian Torres's third win of the day. Torres won the third race, and he won the first race on that sloppy track. Trained by Mark Cassie, French Friction paid $640, outrunning Have Faith and Paving, who finished third. The late pick 5 was not hit with 5. 4 out of 5 in the late pick 5 at Oaklawn paid $1,085.40. Nobody had 6 in the pick 6. They didn't even have 5. 4 out of 5 paid $147.20 on a sloppy track yesterday at Oak Lawn Park. Tampa Bay had a couple of $100,000 stakes races. The Lightning City won by Creed's Gold. Sonny Leone on for Mark Cassie, who won that stakes race there at $560. And Cassie wasn't done because he came back in the second $100,000 stakes race, the Turf Dash at Tampa Bay, and got the winner with his My Boy Prince, with Samuel Martin getting his third win of the day, paying $580. So Cassie won both stakes races there and the stakes race at Oaklawn. Laurel Park, quickly, the Nellie Morris won by Atlanta's Queen at $11.80 for your guy there, Jonathan Yasid Hazelwood. The Post Time Stakes won by Jokestar, paying $820. The Barbara Fritchie won by Passage Easy, and that paid $12.40. And the General George was won by Point Doom, paying $12.20. And as you say, at Turfway Park yesterday, they took down that big carryover in the pick 5. Their feature race, the Dust Commander, won by Honor Marie for Joe Ramos and D. Whitman Beckwith, paying $16.80. And that's just about what happened all over the place yesterday around the country. Any thoughts, gentlemen?
It was a long day.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Great stakes races. Now, today it's a little bit less abundance of stakes races, but there'll be some good cards on it. And we will be back with John Lindo here in studio. As you know, Jonathan Hardoon waiting for you. I want to thank the handicappers. You guys did great yesterday. Let's keep the mojo going. And, of course, we'll have your racing menu, our handicappers here, as well as Jerry Jackowitz and Rich Eng yet to come on this Daytona Sunday. Don't go away.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Before I get to the menu, though, I want to mention a couple of things, and that is Sunland Park has got a big day of stakes races today. We don't take Sunland Park here right now in Las Vegas because of a contract that isn't signed yet, I guess, or whatever the case may be, but they don't have it. But they are running the Sunland Park Derby today. John, there were 8 entered in the race, but they scratched number 2, Sharon's Beach, so that horse won't go. But it looks like the favorite in the race, and lukewarm at that, at 3-1, is the rail horse Express Kid with J.J. Hernandez aboard.
Well, Express Kid is the horse that went wire to wire at Remington Park in the Springboard Mile, was put in a digital sale in January, brought $800,000. So now in the Justin Evans barn, first start for that barn, and rail speed, that's usually a pretty good thing at Sunland Park. We'll see how it, but there's a lot of speed in the race. We have a California horse out there. Pavlovian's going to go for Doug O'Neill, and Edwin Maldonado's out there for him. Now, he's a horse that comes from far off the pace, and a horse I like a little bit, number 4, 40-20, related to a horse that ran in this race last year, won the Mind That Bird, the Riley Allison. A good Sunland Park family here for Robertino Diodoro.
Okay, and that horse there, 40-20, is 6-1 on the morning line. It's number 4 in that race, but that's going to produce, I think, 30 Kentucky Derby points for that race, for the leaderboard there. And it's going to be a day at Sunland Park where they have 6 stakes races there, and we'll wait and see what happens in that race for the Kentucky Derby Future Book. And by the way, the Future Book ends at 3 o'clock. I guess that race is going to go at 4:17 Mountain. So you probably can see that race before you bet the future. But most of the horses, I'm sure, are all others, right?
I think, yeah, I don't even know if anybody's on that list. I didn't look in particular. I don't think so. Maybe Express Kid.
Yeah, and that closes, by the way, the Kentucky Derby Future Book Pool 4. Parimutuel closes at 3 o'clock Pacific time. Now, here's your racing menu for today that we can play here at the South Point. First post times are Pacific. You know the deal. If you're not in the Pacific time zone, adjust to it so you don't miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad. And we're in the Pacific time zone here, so these will be the first post times rolling out in the book here today at the South Point. We begin with Laurel Park. Oh, by the way, one more quick note about tomorrow's President's Day card. Santa Anita has already been canceled, but some of the tracks that do run on Monday, Turf Paradise has carryover.
Whatever their jackpot pick 6 is called, there's a mandatory payout in that. I think there's somewhere around $400,000 in that pool. So that's a mandatory payout tomorrow, Monday. I hope those rains in the Southwest don't affect Turf Paradise. We'll see.
The pick 6 jackpot for today at Turf Paradise stands at $497,993.
So there's not a single ticket winner. That's where the mandatory payout is.
And that goes over plus all the money they bet tomorrow.
Right.
Like maybe me and you with a little ticket.
It might happen. Yeah,
it might happen.
We're going to have some afternoon fun.
That's for sure. Here's the menu for today. Laurel Park starts it out. 8 races today at Laurel. First post time is 9 a.m. 9 a.m. at Laurel Park today. Gulfstream Park has 11 races, and they have a mandatory today in their pick 6 jackpot carryover. The Rainbow Jackpot. Take off the jackpot provision. It is a mandatory payoff. The money sitting there right now is $557,110. That's there already, plus all the money that goes in there today. And all you have to do is have the best tickets. Don't have to be the only one. You don't even have to be 6 out of 6 if it's not there. Just the best tickets will chop up all that money. 11 races. First post time at Gulfstream is set at 9:20 at Gulfstream for their 11 race card. Tampa Bay Downs. Tampa Bay Downs has a pick 6 jackpot carryover, $43,580. Their first post time at Tampa Bay for 9 races is set at 9:30. Then you have the Big A Aqueduct in New York. 8 races today at Aqueduct. First post time at the Big A today is at 10:10. Oak Lawn Park. We'll wait and see how that track is working out. It was really sloppy yesterday at Oak Lawn. First post time is at 10:30 at Oak Lawn Park. Their Class 6, which is their pick 6 carryover from yesterday, $23,895. That's their Class 6 carryover for today at Oak Lawn. 9 races. First post time is at 10:30 at Oak Lawn. Then we get to Santa Anita, which will not run tomorrow now. Santa Anita has a first post time today of 12:30. Their feature race is the Palos Verdes Stakes at 6 furlongs for 4-year-olds and up. This used to be the traditional opening day stakes race. Now it's today. It's the 8th race on the card. It'll be a good throwdown between three horses that really like to be close to that lead. Mano Rose is 8-5. Pilot Commander is 9-5. And Matticat Road is 7-2. Out of the 6-horse field in the Palos Verdes, that's the 8th race. 9 races overall today at Santa Anita. Santa Anita's first post time is at 12:30. And then we wrap it up in Southern California at Los Alamitos. They have 8 races today at Los Al, 2 thoroughbreds, 4 mixed breed, 2 quarter-horse races at Los Al today. Pick 6 carryover there as well, $9,996. First post time is at 5 p.m. at Los Alamitos. All right, we bring in Jonathan Nardoon back with us. Jonathan, again, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. Good morning, John.
Well, Jonathan, we asked you about your opinions of what happened yesterday, et cetera, from the Saudi Arabia to Southern California. But anything else that you would like to add before we take a look at today?
No, I just thought Forever Young got a terrific ride. I mean, he scraped paint all the way around. He never left the rail. That probably was the difference in him winning. But I don't know if Nisos was ever going to go by him. But again, Forever Young really has an opportunity to be something special.
Now, gents, he came off the shelf, right? He didn't have a prep race, did he?
No, they skipped the prep because last year he had a prep. Yeah. He won the Saudi Cup, and then he kind of went flat in the Dubai World Cup. So they wanted to have him not only run good yesterday, which he did, but have a fresh horse for the Dubai World Cup. So this is the plan, and it's working.
Yeah, I mean, coming off from the Breeders' Cup right to this race here, and boy, they had him wound up like an 8-day clock, didn't they?
What's he going to make? $100 million by the time he's done? He just wins this race every year. It's crazy. I mean, these purses are insane, and
well, he's at $30 million now, which is about what Romantic Warrior has earned over there. So, I can see why some of the yearling prices might be high over there. If you get a good one, holy mackerel.
Yeah, well, he is a good one, that's for sure. He is by far going to be the cornerstone of the future breeding there in Japan. No doubt about it. Okay.
And they tried for years to come here and win, and they finally won. Now they have to win a Derby. But other than that, they got the Breeders' Cup Classic, and they don't mind going to Dubai every now and then and collecting a $20 million purse.
John, I'll tell you something. Now you know how hard it is to win the Kentucky Derby coming over from overseas. Yeah.
Right.
That Forever Young lost, right?
Right.
So that's how hard it is.
And I'll tell you what, he must have been really PO'd because he's been giving him hell ever since.
He got mugged in that Derby,
yeah, he sure did.
Right? Sierra Leone mugged him.
He was the best horse in that race.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
and
no doubt about that.
Rich Eng will never forget it. So.
I think Richie cashed yesterday, though.
No, he's got a long way to make up for that 100 to 1 he was getting the Derby or whatever it was.
Well, let's take a look. You're on a roll here, my man. So let's take a look. Let's get some more winners today. Where are we going?
Okay, so let's go to Aqueduct. Only an 8-race card, but the weather is beautiful here. We're going to look at the 8th and final today, and I like the number 5 horse in here, Moon Gate. The 4-year-old filly claimed last time out by Linda Rice. Rider switch today to Kendrick Carmouche. Speed was still the way to go yesterday for the most part. This horse is going to be forwardly placed, 4-1 on the morning line. Number 5, Moon Gate, a pick 5 single in today's 8th race out at Aqueduct.
So before you leave the gate at the track, get the winner in the last race, the 8th race, number 5, Moongate, the 5 in the 8th race. Jonathan Nardoon's play at Aqueduct in the 8th and final race today at the Big A. What else?
Let's go to Gulfstream. Look at race number 5, 5.5 furlongs on Tapeta, and I really like the number 8 horse in here, Giant Teddy. This is a 7-year-old gelding who was claimed back in November by trainer Marty Drexler. He freshened this horse up. He brings him back. He had a lot of success with this move last year. Only 3 for 28, but he's going to get a win here. Number 8, Giant Teddy. Mario Gutierrez aboard to ride, 6-1 on the morning line. Number 8, Giant Teddy, wins the 5th race today out at Gulfstream.
All right. Now we have 11 races at Gulfstream today. The pick 6 will start in the 6th race. So Jonathan's going to give us pick 6 money by cashing in the 5th race with number 8, Giant Teddy. And I'm so glad to see Gutierrez doing well there at Gulfstream.
Boy, reborn. He's the guy that had his house burned down in the Altadena fires, and he decided to relocate, and he left his steady business with Paul Redham and Doug O'Neill, and he's reinvented himself. Brian Lynch has been a huge supporter. He's riding great down there.
He is, and we're going to get him home.
Brian Lynch and him are hitting at over 50%,
Wow.
50%, and not on a small sample either. So they've had unbelievable success together.
And I'm glad to see it. And let's get Gutierrez in the winner's circle again in the 5th race with the 8 horse. You got something at Santa Anita?
I do. 7th race today, 6.5 furlongs down the hillside turf course. And I like the number 2 horse in here, Take Another Card. This is a 4-year-old filly from the Simon Callahan barn. Tried the downhill course last time, and she ran very, very well. No one was beating the winner that day. She goes back on Lasix today. Florent Giroux aboard to ride. Had a couple of winners here the other day. 6-1 on the morning line. Number 2, Take Another Card, wins the 7th race today out at Santa Anita.
And Giroux, who was back at, I believe, the fairgrounds yesterday.
Fairgrounds yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won 5 races for Cox. He did win with Hit Show, but yeah.
That's okay. He rode 5 races. Yeah. Well, he's riding this one, and he better win this one, right? No jet lag for this man. 7th race, number 2. Take Another Card. The 2 in the 7th race. Santa Anita's Jonathan Hardoon's play. Jonathan, what are your sheets for today, buddy?
We have Gulfstream, we have Aqueduct, we have Oaklawn, and of course, Santa Anita Selections.
All right, you got it, my man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate all your hard work with us this week. Enjoy President's Day tomorrow, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday, maybe even with a soapbox. Who knows?
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. John, enjoy Vegas like you always do. Ralphie, I'll talk to you during the week. Thank you.
You got it, my man.
See you soon, John.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Rich Eng is standing by. Don't go away.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans. Everybody knows where the money's going. Every single dollar. God bless you. Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
Hi, back on Race Day, Las Vegas. Listen, I was talking about all the great things that are happening in and around racing this weekend with, of course, Valentine's Day yesterday, tomorrow President's Day, and, of course, today the Daytona 500. I don't want to obviously sidestep the fact that we're right in the middle of the Olympics, too.
Yeah, I know. I walked in here early, 6:30, and there it is on the big board. I thought, can you bet on that? I didn't even look in the sports book.
You know, I don't know if there have been some times when you could bet, especially the hockey games.
Right.
I don't know about anything else, so you'd have to. Sean will find out for us.
You can't bet the hockey, according to Sean.
Hockey. Sean said you can bet the hockey. Okay, that's good enough. By the way, another small thing. I read somewhere yesterday, and it might have been on X, so you don't know if it's true or not, but Forever Young, they said they thought it was named after that hit song that Bob Dylan had.
See, I haven't heard that. I don't know, but
Makes sense.
If they are, there's a lot of Japanese guys karaokeing last night singing Forever Young,
Forever
right?
Young, no kidding. Let's get out to Rich Eng. Richie standing by. Do you know why they named the horse Forever Young?
Well, the Forever Young song that I remember is the Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart.
Rod
That's
Stewart.
right. That's
Okay,
right.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you're right.
I take it back. Rod Stewart. Well, maybe it was the Rod Stewart song.
Yeah, and I heard your comment about me trying to get even with Forever Young. The Exacta with Nisos paid $4 yesterday, so I got a long ways to go out.
Yes, it did. Oh, my goodness. Well, Richie, I would think that Forever Young, you were kind of happy to see that horse win like that because you've been his fan way back in the Derby, too.
Yeah, it goes back to the 3-year-old season. I forget the name of the prep race that he won by like 17 lengths. And as fast as I could get over there, I put $100 on him at 100-1. And I've been a big fan of Forever Young ever since. I did cash pretty good last year at the Breeders' Cup when he won the Breeders' Cup over Sierra Leone. But right now he's the best horse in the world right now. I think that's unquestioned.
Well, Richie, of course, we're going to start fine-tuning a little bit of your expertise in college hoops starting next week as we make our way into March Madness. But for today, we're looking for another horse selection from you here.
Yeah, Jonathan Hardoon and I end up with a lot of Siraco plays. For some reason, we land in the same race. Happened again today, Ralph. Race 7. He likes the 2. I'm going to go with the outside horse, number 11, Eiffel. And I think this horse should get a nice trip, closing from the outside under Kazushi Kimura. 6-1's a square price. Let's go with the 11, Eiffel. Maybe in exact a box 211, Ralph.
Well, I can say this, and John, 2 things. In my witnessing Kimura ride, he is a strong finisher. This kid can ride.
Always been a strong finisher. I think all that training on the Tapeta up at Woodbine where you have to finish, but he really gets down on a horse, and he's not afraid to pop a horse out of the gate either. He'll let him run.
Yeah, I know he will. And to say at 6.5 furlongs on the turf, it's almost impossible to go wire to wire. So this horse's kind of running style kind of fits this race.
She ought to get a good trip. She'll fall out of the gate. She's going to get outrun early, but she'll be running late, and she ought to get a clean trip. Yeah. And yeah, if she's close, he'll be on his belly trying to get her there.
Okay, and Richie, your horse in the 7th race, E11. It's 7-11. Vegas numbers, 7-11. 7th race, number 11, Eiffel is your play. And don't forget, folks, Richie has a full sheet of handicapping today for Santa Anita right now at the racedaylasvegas.com websites. But I hope you listened earlier in the card. Richie, you don't have to worry about handicapping tomorrow at Santa Anita. They canceled.
Yeah, I appreciate, as a handicapper, I appreciate them canceling early. So folks like us and John Lindo and Jonathan and Jerry do not have to put in the work at this point because we know it's canceled.
Yeah, no question about that. I'm sure that you'll follow Forever Young to the Dubai World Cup and maybe even back here in the Breeders' Cup.
I hope so. Yes.
I just want to see Forever Young and Sovereignty go somewhere and battle it out this year. That's going to be something. All right, Rich.
Yeah, that would be a fantastic race to get them to the Breeders' Cup and have all the best horses in the world compete for that one, the Horse of the Year title.
Yeah, the Horse of the World, maybe.
We almost had it last year.
Yeah, Horse of the World title.
Yeah, we almost had it last year. It came close, but no cigar maybe this year. All right, thanks a lot, Rich. Appreciate that, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Yeah, and before I sign off, let me thank the other handicappers on the show because I overcame my lousy handicapping by betting on their picks and cashing tickets left and right, including that Aqueduct Daily Double that came in with Jerry and John.
I have always been a proponent of saying that I believe that Race Day Las Vegas has the stable of the best handicappers that we have out there right now. I know you guys do your hard work, etc., and you, just like the Hall of Fame jockeys and the great horses, go through streaks. But the good thing about it, most of the time, we've had quite a few goose egg days, but most of the time, we'll have a handicapper somewhere along the line during the day get a winner for us. And so we'll wait for your streak to start again as well, Rich. So don't worry about it. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right. Now, Jerry Jackowitz, who had a couple of nice ones for us yesterday, will be back with us right after the break, along with John and his selections. Don't go away.
If you love pucks and ponies like we do, you don't want to miss Monday's episode of Sports by the Book. Alex White here, and I'm happy to announce U.S. Hockey Hall of Famer and horse handicapper Eddie Olczyk will be joining the show from Italy to talk Olympics and the
Eddie O's
second
a good
half
horse
of
player.
the NHL season. Join myself and Ryan McCormick and Eddie O on Monday's show, 10 a.m. Pacific time. That is on YouTube, Sports by the Book. We'll see you then.
If you're celebrating a special occasion or just love fine dining, you're in the right place. Come experience the crown jewel of South Point restaurants, Michael's Gourmet Room.
Welcome.
With over 600 different types of wines and magnificent dishes prepared tableside, you'll revel in the rich classic Vegas decor and the best black tie service in the world. This intimate gourmet room has earned accolades galore. Come to Michael's Gourmet Room for an unforgettable dining experience. Another famous restaurant is the Silverado Steakhouse, where you'll find the charm and service that discerning patrons require. From top quality steaks and chops to fresh seafood and desserts, you'll love the award-winning wine list and menu at Silverado Steakhouse. Steak lovers have even more options with primarily prime rib. Catering to hearty appetites, the menu features a variety of flavorful prime rib cuts, dry aged to ensure tenderness, and then seasoned and slowly roasted. Although prime rib is our specialty, it's not the only thing on the menu. There's something for everyone.
Looking to bet smarter? Get sports betting insight and winning picks straight from the South Point Hotel and Casino.
The favorite should be 220-ish, and here, you can lay $1.65.
So getting a plus 315 price here for this one to go to overtime. I like it.
Their strength is their defense. I like the under.
Join Sports by the Book Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific and bet your winning edge.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas for this Sunday as we wrap up Race Day's broadcast week. It will be back on Wednesday. And I got to tell you, folks, it's that time of the year when March Madness is going to start, and we need to get up to snuff on all of the great college basketball teams out there. And there's only one place that you can do it with that team for Sports by the Book. They knock it out of the park. Make sure you watch Sports by the Book, 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on the streaming from the South Point. It is absolute must if you're going to watch, play, and enjoy college hoops or any of the sports. That's for sure. Love, John, I love the fact that our chatters, go back and forth and interact with us. One of our chatters said that he asked AI about Forever Young. And here's the comment. AI says Forever Young was named to resonate with younger fans and reflect a modern image for Japan racing. This, the definition by AI that one of our chatters got.
Well, whatever you do, don't change the horse's name because it's working.
Yes.
Yes.
Forever and then some.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Well, let me do this. Let me get your picks before we bring in Jerry Jackowicz. Your picks for today. And again, you're going to save a lot of work because you're not doing San Anita tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow I'll have the late pick 5 at Oaklawn Park. For today, I did Santa Anita with the coast-to-coast pick 5 analysis. I'm going to go down to the 9th.
Oh, please. I just stop. You missed that pick 5, that coast-to-coast pick 5 by 1 and got a horrible trip.
No inquiry in that 5th race coming down the hill.
Horrible trip.
I had used a horse named Brobo in that race, and Infinitum, and Brobo got knocked sideways crossing the dirt. I thought that it would at least look at the race. And it didn't matter because if Infinitum ran third, if he had run second and won that photo and there's no inquiry, I would have been really mad.
Yeah.
But the fact there was no inquiry, just to look at the incident, had me shaking my head.
But recently, in the last couple of days,
I've been knocking on the door.
You have been really close with that coast-to-coast pick 5, and it is on your sheet today.
Yes.
Along with all the races today at Santa Anita. But I'll take a pick now.
All right, 9th and final today at Santa Anita. Number 8, Captain Coochie's, has won 2 straight this year. Comes off a 2 straight back in October 2024, so that's 4 in a row. He's gotten really good, and he's gotten brave, and he's a horse that's been on the lead last couple of times. He doesn't have to have the lead. There's some pace in here. He can settle if he wants to. You get a rider switch to Florent Giraud, and I just think up the ladder again, if you get 5-1 on the morning line for a horse is really good right now. That's value. So race number 9, number 8, Captain Coochie's at Santa Anita.
All right, in the 9th and final race today at Santa Anita, number 8, Captain Coochie's Giraud. So we're expecting Giraud to have a few wins today between you and Jonathan's picks, and that's the 9th race. Remember, he's got all 9 races. The selection's there. He's got a suggested late pick 4 at Santa Anita, plus that coast-to-coast pick 5 between the races at Santa Anita and Gulfstream Park, all on one comprehensive Lindo report, available only in one place in this gaming capital, and it's here at the South Point. And it's free of charge to you, complimentary, because they love horse players here. And so we'll get that the Linda report right now here today at the South Point. All right, before we bring in Jerry Jackowicz, I want to give you an update on the leaderboard as it is right now today after those races yesterday, and the horses that were in the money yesterday at the fairgrounds went right up to the leaderboard because there was 50 points for the winner.
Right.
Paladin now leads the Derby points with 60. Chip Honcho, I should say, that ran second. He's got 39. Golden Tempo, who was third, got 35. And then you have Silent Tactic and Renegade at 25. You got Intrepido at 23 and Universe at 23. Poltark is 23 also. And then you have Nearly and Talk to Jimmy rounding out the top 10 with 20 apiece. And, of course, we'll have, a few more of those points coming today at Sunland Park.
Right.
Now let's get out to Jerry Jackowitz standing by. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Well, Jerry.
The 2 words for today is forever young.
Yeah, huh? Boy, that's... You had to be impressed with his guttiness in that race, huh?
Yeah, he just keeps grinding forward, and he's really good. Him and Sierra Leone, and they just got better and better, and he just keeps going on. We'll have to see what's going on. I don't even know if Sierra Leone's going to continue on or not. But
okay, I'm going to give you a fantasy prediction now, and this is just off of what you've seen so far. When hopefully we get a match between Sovereignty and Forever Young, what say you?
What say I? This moment?
This moment. It's just a fantasy thought there.
I think we're talking 1.25 miles or longer.
Yeah, 1.25 miles, classic distance, 1.25 miles, main track.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sovereignty right now.
All right. Wow. Okay. Cool.
Take the young horse to develop a little bit further, get a little bit better. But they're good horses. They're all really nice group of horses.
Yes, they are. Okay, now
and we're very lucky because we're seeing some older horses get a chance to develop, which we often don't get to see. So
absolutely, because they're keeping them on the track instead of in the breeding shed right away after their 3-year-old year. I like that. Want to thank you for that nice $17 winner yesterday and a reverse play at Santa Anita and the $17 winner at Aqueduct. And we'll build upon that now. Where are we going?
That's what we'll try and do. Okay, we're going to go to the 5th at Aqueduct for our first play. This is my second best horse on the sheet. It's not my top rated horse by any means, but it's 8-1. It's You're Looking Good from Amelia Green. She's hot. And this horse gets the distance. The favorite has maybe some questions at the distance. And at 8-1, this is just an obvious play. So I'll take my second best horse. You're Looking Good at 8-1. Make a good win place bet here and play the 1 over the 3-6 and reverse 3-6 back over the 1.
All right. The 6-21 red is the big 4-5 morning line favorite in there, but you're going to take the 1. You're Looking Good because his price is looking good at 8-1 on the morning line. The 1 horse in the 5th race. And the link-ups are 3 and 6 and reverse. The 1 is the key. It is the anchor in the early pick 4 and early pick 5 at Aqueduct. In the 5th race, the 1 horse is Jerry's Play. And as I take a look at your sheet, Jerry, you've got quite a few pop-out keys there that people ought to take a look at in the Jerry.
We got a couple.
Yeah, in the power page for Aqueduct. Now let's go to Santa Anita.
Yeah. So we'll go to the 3rd race here. And here I have a horse that's really a favorite. I'm almost sad to give it out, but I just don't have much where else to go in the card today. But the rest of the race is kind of a bang-up race. So if we get the 9 right, we might be able to put the exotic together. I'm going to take the 9 over the 1, 3, 4, 8, and 10. I'll reverse 1, 3, 4, 8, and 10 over the 9. I won't take 3-2 on the horse. I think he's worth it, but that's where I'm going to cut off.
All right, that is Cloudy Woman. The 9 horse is Cloudy Woman, 2-1 on the morning line. 6 furlongs on the turf with Hector Barrios, I should say, aboard. Hector Barrios riding. So you take the 9, but you're going to take him. You stop on this horse at 3-2, right?
Sure, you got to stop somewhere.
Okay, so you're going to stop.
Just like you have to be willing to bet somebody else at a bigger price, you have to stop on the horses.
All right, so you're going to stop at 3-2, but if he stays 3-2 or higher, the 9's the key. Link-ups are 1, 3, 4, 8, and 10. You got a 5 horse spread underneath. 1, 3, 4, 8, and 10 with the 9 and reverse. And let me see, Jerry, you got a lot of pop-out keys and stars on the sheet for your Santa Anita as well. Good stuff.
Yeah, Santa Anita sheet. That's why I don't want to give out my pop-out keys. I want people to go get the power page.
Absolutely. Understand. Power Page of Santa Anita and Aqueduct, available right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. I want to thank you so much for being in the studio today, John. Always a pleasure having you.
It was fun and nice picking yesterday, Jerry. Good job.
And
Thanks,
say
buddy.
it, Jerry. Say it.
Have a great race day, everybody.